Now this is the F-250 XLT. Is this the truck that you should be buying? It's the same Super Duty platform that we all know and love, just without the fluff. We're going to take a deeper dive into this particular truck and why it might be the best platform for your next build. Starting off with the obvious, it doesn't look like the same front end as you'd see on a Platinum or a Lariat. A few key things, obviously grille changes and different headlights in the front here as well. Now these are a pretty basic halogen setup, whereas obviously you go to more like the LED projector lenses in the Lariat and Platinums. And a few other things that you might notice straight away is chrome bumper instead of the nice color-coded front ends that you see on the front of some of the other packages. Now remember, this truck is all about the no fluff, so there isn't any chrome tips on the back, but if that really is a problem for you and you want something a little more flashy, that's something we can take care of. Now at the rear, it's a case of everything you need and nothing you don't. You've still got all your factory trailer connections, your tow bar, your reverse camera, but as you jump inside, there are a few differences. Now there is no soft close or soft opening. Now for those of you guys that don't have the soft hands, it's not going to be a problem. And then you've still got your factory step to get in and make access to the back tub easy. You'll also notice in the back here there is no bed liner, so for the sake of this video I'm not going to jump in and put my boots all through the back because this car is available for you to buy. But in the back you've got your factory fifth wheel attachment in there as well, so if you are looking to tow or haul heavy, this one's set up ready for you to take, and we can get that one set up and you out the door and towing sooner than anything. Now in the back you've still got your additional plugs and your 8 factory tie down points. Now, unlike the Tremor, these are factory height, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to be ripping that suspension straight out, going up and fitting a larger set of wheels and tyres. But if you are keeping the factory suspension, it's still more than comfortable and will do 99% of the things you want it to do. Next, we're going to open the bonnet and take you through some of the differences in the drivetrain. Now, one of the main differences between the XLT and the other models is definitely the output. So this is a standard output motor as opposed to the high output you're used to seeing in the Lariat and Platinums. Now, what does this mean on paper? Well, honestly, it's about 200 Newton meters of torque and about 50 horsepower. So we're not talking massive numbers. You're not going to notice day to day on your typical to and from work, that sort of stuff. But obviously when you're out on the open road, you are hauling heavy, that's when you'll start to see the difference. Now they are still running the same 10-speed transmission, so if it were the case and you did need that little bit of extra power after the fact, there's nothing stopping you from doing a little bit of extra work and tuning these up to get exactly the same output later. Now let's jump inside and check out the interior. Now the interior, this is where it really starts to set itself apart from the other models. Now for me, I actually genuinely love the interior of the XLT. Something about going back to cloth seats, they are so comfortable. I cannot tell you how comfortable these seats are. If you're used to leather, jump back in a cloth seat, it'll change your perspective. Now one of the features I know you all love, 6-seater. So if you want to bring your better half a little bit closer to you on those longer trips, you can. Otherwise, if you've got a big family like I do myself, then you can still get all the kids in the car and head off on your trip. Now the infotainment system is definitely basic when you're comparing it to most modern day vehicles, but in saying that, it still does everything you want it to do. It's still got Apple CarPlay. You can still connect your phone to the module. You've got all your air conditioning, radio controls, everything like that. Bit more basic down the bottom there with your dials and buttons, but hey, when you're on a rough track or heading up the gun and you're vibrating your jaw off, some of these things are actually better off than the touchscreen that you might see in most of the other or higher end models. Something you don't lose between the lower and the higher end models is your upfitter switches up the top. That is probably one of the most key, or one of the key features between these vehicles as well, and you still got it in the XLT. There's a really quick wrap up on the F-250 XLT. Now, if there's something I've missed or brushed over too quick and you want more information, make sure you give us a call. But seriously, this is actually, I genuinely think this is probably one of the best ones there is. I'm a sucker for the cloth seat and the old school.